What's going on, guys? Hectic here. In today's video, we're taking a look at 10 weapons that you need to get your hands on before the Edge of Fate DLC releases. Now, keep noted, some of these guns will be leaving and some of them will remain in the game. This video is solely dedicated to PvP. However, good news, if you don't play PvP, don't click out of the video yet. Some of these weapons are very handy to have in your arsenal in general, or just to have. And, I feel like there's a lot of things people just are sleeping on for Edge of Fate. Now, we know a lot of changes are coming in the DLC, and that means a lot of guns could become meta. And yeah, usually there's a big meta shift, and I feel like this list that I made is very well organized to that, and will ensure you guys have the best experience for the Edge of Fate. We will be loading up D2 Foundry, which is a website that shows us all rolls that weapons can get, and this is where I will go through all god rolls and the 10 weapons that I think you need to get before the Edge of Fate. If you guys enjoyed this video today or found it helpful, please consider hitting that like button and leaving a positive comment down below. And if you really want to support me, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications to get notified when I post another video. Nonetheless, guys, let's move over to the D2 Foundry. Now, I will be playing gameplay in the background and some music, so you guys can kind of just chill out and watch me talk about the rolls. Nonetheless, let's get really into it. So I put the Inquisitor at number 1 on this list because I just feel like it's a no-brainer. A lot of people probably already have it now, and it's just not something that should be at the top of your list. Slugs are probably going to get hit with a nerf in the near future for PvP specifically. Honestly, a lot of people run like corkscrew rifling, Acryze for the range buff, lone wolf, closing time, or opening shot, and then alacrity. Now, honestly, my recommendation is try and get this roll ideally. A lot of people like slide opening too. This thing's very like enhanceable. Like you can run perpetual opening shot, threat detector opening shot, but ideally slide opening, lone wolf, or closing time. Closing time's pretty underrated on slugs too, but this is my go-to 5 out of 5 god roll for Inquisitor. I like to hop between opening shot and slide shot and lone wolf and opening shot and closing time, but yeah, then just, adept range, ballistics mod, but yeah, that buffs our range to 100 and you get 84 handling, so it feels very snappy. Obviously for PvE, there's not really much. I mean, you're not going to go into PvP with a slug. This isn't like the hot swap meta back in 2020. Let's talk about weapon 2. The Criml Dagger. Now this is kind of also a no-brainer. I put the no-brainer guns kind of early on the list so that, you guys can kind of just skip through if you don't want to watch. But yeah, for this hand cannon, I do really recommend the most range possible. So hammer forged rifling, then Acryze round. This gives you 80 range, and then sideways. Sideways is a must-have on this 120 as it just auto reloads for you every time you slide, and you're going to be sliding a lot in PvP. No brainer. Then we got precision instrument. PI is very good because it helps with overshields and it really helps the TTK of this gun. If we look at the time to kill, it's significant. You can 2-tap if you have ×6, and then it's like a 3-tap below that ×2. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Adept range, you get 89 range, and then a ballistics mod. You can actually finish with this thing 96 range, 37 stability, and 31 handling. And keep in mind, sideways also gives you a massive buff to stats. So it gives you +6 and then 36 range. So you can kind of invest in like a mag that gives you more stability if you wanted to, because sideways is going to give you a lot of that. But yeah. Now, weapon 3 is an interesting one. We got the Palendrome. The Palendrome, in my opinion, is such a sleeper 140. I don't know why people just did not give this thing the love it deserved. It has such great perks, and it's just so fun to use. Honestly, I would really recommend for this hand cannon specifically using polygonal rifling. I don't know why, but this hand cannon feels weird without enough stability. I like that it's a stat monster, so you can kind of just invest in stability, range, and not get diffed when it comes to the range. Closing time, definitely, or elemental capacitor. In my opinion, I like elemental capacitor so you can run void and then get the stability buff, and then run opening shot or snapshot. If you like to have a very fast feeling 140, snapshot works very well, but opening shot ideally is better, especially because with enhanced opening shot you get 35 range and then you get 20 plus aim assist, so you basically have 100 aim assist. And if you top it off with a range masterwork, that's max range, or stability masterwork, you got max range, and then yeah, a ballistics mob, you literally have like triple 100 stats. It's very crazy. This thing is so slept on, and I just don't know why people don't use it. Like, it has a great origin trait. This origin trait is very good in trials. But yeah. Alright, the next thing we got is the Fang of Elysium. You guys know I love this thing. It is my favorite gun in the entire game. I love Fang of Elysium. This thing is obtained through Critizen. I'm not sure, like, it shouldn't go away. I don't assume Edge of Fate's gonna have an effect with Critizen. But on this thing, I would recommend small bore for the 7 stability and 7 range, and then high caliber rounds, and then rapid hit. A lot of people like keep away for the, like, handling and range buff, but I don't know, keep away over rapid hit just feels so much better. If we look at the stat buff rapid hit gives you a massive chunk of stability and reload speed and a bit of range. And then if you top it off with precision instrument, it can make the TTK a whopping 0.70, which is crazy for tier 10 and under result, which is really nice. And then adept range, and then top it off with a ballistics. Literally with rapid hit fully procced, which is 1 kill, you get 60 range and 82 stability and 95 reload speed. This thing just hits like a truck no matter what it is. I don't know why it feels so good, but it's just so slept on, even with the origin trait. I would really recommend getting your hands on this thing before it goes away. I don't think it ever will, but yeah. Now, the next one is Conditional Finality. Conditional Finality is obtained through the Root of Nightmares raid. This shotgun is kind of wonky right now. It's in a weird spot. So it has shortened barrel, low magazine, partial pellets, and texture grip. It's in a very weird spot right now, but the only reason why I say you want to get Conditional Finality before Edge of Fate is because usually with a new DLC, we end up getting a lot of catalysts, like new catalysts. So they gave us a catalyst for this thing, maybe like it, gave you 20 plus handling, a couple of meters of range again. I quickly feel like this thing could return back to the meta, but like, again, I mean, if you don't go into the Edge of Fate with Conditional Finality, it's not the end of the world. There's always other options, but I just think it's something that you definitely want to have in your arsenal. Vex Mythoclast is the next thing. This thing has Arrowhead Break, which gives you 20 recoil direction, so it buffs you to 100 recoil direction, and then Volatile Battery, and temporarily Unlimiter, and then Handlaid Stock. Now with the Catalyst, you definitely want the Catalyst, but yeah, this thing, just, you guys know, Vex got a little bit of a buff, and people were using it for a bit at the start of the season, and then people stopped using it. They never nerfed it. I guess people just got bored of it, and I don't know why people stopped using it, because it's so strong in PvP. I guess the current meta kind of just makes people kind of tired of things, but yeah. And the next one is an interesting one. I put the Sudden Death Adept on this list for one reason. I really feel like Bungie is going to make a change to pellets in the Edge of Fate. I don't think it's going to be right away, but I can see Bungie buffing pellets, and that's going to be their way of counter-nerfing slugs. I don't think they're going to directly nerf slug shotguns, but I think pellets will get a buff, and then, more people will run pellets over slugs. On this thing, I would recommend Corkscrew Rifling. This is, in my opinion, by far the best pellet in the game right now, because literally you can use Corkscrew, Accurize, Slide Shot, or a Threat Detector. I'd recommend Threat Detector for the handling buff, because you can literally get 100 handling with this ×2, and then if we use Opening Shot or Closing Time. I don't know how I feel about Closing Time. If we do the max effect of it, you get 25 meters of range. Now, if we compare this to Opening Shot, it's 28. So overall, Opening Shot and Closing Time do basically the same thing, except Opening Shot procs more often. And then we have Adept Range or Handling. Honestly, where you're not going to have Threat Detector up all the time, I would recommend a Handling, because without Threat Detector, you do finish at 39 Handling. And then you want to throw on a Tactical mod to kind of buff that up as much as you can. But yeah, Sudden Death is just something else. And for PvE, I wasn't going to include this, but why not? If we look at PvE, you definitely want Destabilized rounds. Trench Barrel and 1-2 Punch. Honestly, that's a great perk combination. And keep in mind, this thing right here is enhanceable. So that means it will be good. And you'll be able to like get the enhanced perks and all that stuff. Like the enhanced weapon enhancements next DLC, however that works. I'm not quite sure. I didn't pay too much attention to that, but yeah. Now, the next thing is a SMG. It's the Bondogle MK55. This thing is so fun, and I just wish, the meta wasn't as strong as it was, because it's genuinely such a fun SMG. It's a 720, but it's such a good hipfire gun. And I'm not sure what they're going to do to the world loophole. This thing came out in episode heresy, and usually when, seasonal guns come out, they're basically impossible to get or very rare, and they just... good luck trying to get them. I think we all know that. Like, I mean, do you guys remember when the Aikilos SMG came out? It was brutal trying to get it. On this thing, you definitely want, I would recommend, probably the barrel here that gives you the most range humanly possible. I mean, there's not too many options. Like, Corkscrew is a great balance. And then Ricochet rounds. You always want Ricochet rounds on an SMG, which is going to buff the stability and range. And then Closing Time. Closing Time full max effect gives this thing a lot of handling, and it gives it a big chunk of range. And then you want Swashbuckler. Now, honestly, if you guys don't want to run this role, here's another option. Harmony and Hipfire Grip. Hipfire Grip is great if you run the Radiant Dance Machines. And then the Text Balance stock with this too, you get a massive buff. This Origin trait is so good. It buffs the gun significantly. Like if we run, I don't know, let's say Killing Wind, we get the Killing Wind effect and the Closing Time. Look at this, 100 range, 30 stability, and 100 handling, and 20 plus reload speed. That is a stat monster. And if we top that off and we do 30, let's add a masterwork here, 40, and then a ballistics. That's 46, 100, and 141. That is good if you ask me. Now the next thing here is the Zeltz reward. This thing is still a beast in PvP, and it still remains very, very broken in PvP, and I'm surprised more people just don't use it now. It kind of fell off, but yeah, this one's kind of a no-brainer, I can't lie. You definitely want literally just hammer-forged rifling, and I believe it's like, I don't even remember the barrel here, actually. I think it's, yeah, particle repeater. No, it's projection fuse, and then under pressure and closing time, and then range masterwork, and a ballistics. This is basic. I mean, Zeltz reward, right? Who else is going to run this? But yeah, this isn't going away. Just remember, usually when a new raid comes out, older raids get very harder to find people to run with, and that's why I put a lot of raid weapons here, because people struggle to get teams now. And I mean, it's already rough right now, so just imagine when Edge of Fate comes out. But yeah. Alright, the last thing that I was super hesitant, we have two more things to cover, is the Rose. I don't know what they're going to do with Rose. Usually Shaxx gets a new gun, and they're going to start pushing things out of the rotation, so I'm not sure if Rose is going to leave, you know, Shaxx or not, but I would definitely recommend getting a god roll of this thing, just in case it gets taken out of the game, or it's unobtainable, because we've seen this happen before. Anyways, you want hammer-forged rifling, at-guys rounds, slide shot, snapshot, or opening, or Eye of the Storm. In this case for me, I actually really like I like this full roll right here, combat grip, Eye of the Storm, slide shot, at-guys, hammerforged, because if we throw on a stability, we get 63, 55, and we proc slide shot fully and Eye of the Storm. This is what your final stat system looks like right here. You have 89, 91, and a 90. That is a absurd stat balance for a hand cannon with these perks fully procced. Like, this is a monster. I don't know why more people just don't use this Rose roll. I know, like, moving target or EP is an explosive one. I just don't know why people would use like snap over Eye of the Storm or opening over Eye of the Storm. It does everything better that these two perks do, and you won't even need that handling from snapshot with this perk. But yeah, last but not least is the Ignous Hammer. Now the Ignous Hammer is obtained through Saint 14. Note to yourself, you cannot get the Adept version. However, you can still buy the normal version from Saint 14 at the tower. Bungie announced that they are doing a minor revamp to Trials, which could mean new weapons, and then they might start moving things out of the Trials loophole. So that could mean Ignous Hammer will no longer be obtainable again. We're all just speculating here, we don't know. We got Hammer-forged rifling. We got high caliber rounds, we get flinch, keep away, and then precision instrument. And then a Adept stability. And then we'll, yeah, stability masterwork, and then we'll throw on a ballistics mod. This is going to give us 86 and 48, which all you need to care about on hand cannons is the stability and range stat. Really invest in stability, honestly. I might even choose a different barrel. If we use this, we get 76 and 58, which is good. And then with keep away fully procced, we get a 30 plus handling buff and 26 stability buff, which is phenomenal for this thing in general. But yeah, I mean, that's really all. That's like my top 10 weapons that I think you guys should get before the Edge of Fate. Also guys, now that we're kind of chilling out here guys, I would like to say today's video is sponsored by dvingnet. I'd highly recommend you guys to check them out. I'd like to recommend you a fantastic service. dvingnet, you can find teams to complete different activities like raids, dungeons, Trials of Sires, exotic farming, and many more other endgame activities. The best part about this service is that it does not require you to share your account information whatsoever. You don't need to give your login or password to order a service that you like. All you have to do is select the self-play option. To do this, make sure you select something that you like, and then the self-play option will be right on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you fill out all the boxes that you guys want. From here, you're going to click Buy Now. After doing this, you're going to be brought to a next screen, and it's going to look something like this. Make sure you guys type in code HECTIC for a 15% at checkout. Make sure you apply the coupon, and then put in your email address. Your email address will be used to contact you after you check out. dvingnet has many payment methods that you guys can use. After doing all this stuff, you want to make sure you agree to the terms and service and proceed to the checkout. dvingnet is a fantastic service. I'd highly recommend you guys to check them out. The link can be down below in the description. Make sure you use code HECTIC for a 15% off. Anyways, guys, that's really all. We're gonna wrap it up now, but if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, let me know down below in the comments. I was a little hesitant to make this kind of video. Let me know if you guys would rather, like me, instead of being on D2 Foundry showing you guys the guns and the perks, instead of actually show the gameplay, and then instead of pulling up the D2 Foundry, just read out the role that I recommend the best. I don't know what's more engaging for you guys. A lot of people prefer to see what I'm talking about, but yeah, that's really all, guys. If you have any feedback, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Any feedback is considered awesome, and it always helps me improve in the long run. Nonetheless, guys, that's all for today. Have a great night and enjoy your week.